Good afternoon, Tidians, and welcome to another exciting edition of the Road Safety Chart. The weather is a bit cold today, so that's why TD is wearing this. But hey, whether the weather is cold, it's hot, it's what, Traffic Desk is always going to be here to give you road safety tips because we care so much about you and we want to see a reduction in the number of road traffic crashes on our roads. Because remember, statistics say more than 2,000 lives are lost every single year due to road traffic crashes, and most of these crashes are due to human error. So it's something that we've taken upon ourselves as the TD1, TD2, and TD3 to see how we can contribute to a reduction of these road traffic crashes by providing vital information, road safety information, well researched from the books, and then give it to you so that you can also take a leaf from it, and then together we can reduce the number of road traffic crashes. Because remember, guys, that road safety is everyone's responsibility. It's not only Choolwe Mpande's responsibility. It's not only Bonana's responsibility. It's not only Jason Mulikita's responsibility, but it's everyone's responsibility. Now, on today's topic, I want us to look at something that is exciting. You know, TD is always looking at exciting topics, and today I have an exciting topic that I would want us to look at, remind each other about it. It's called our reaction to emergency vehicles. Reaction to emergency vehicles. How do we react when an emergency vehicle is approaching us, either from the back or it's coming from the opposite direction, which is from the front? How do we react? Being an escort driver who has escorted even the presidents, I used to see a lot of mistakes by drivers, all right, that they do when an emergency vehicle is approaching, either from the back or from the front. So today I thought we should look at reaction to emergency vehicles. First of all, do you know there are vehicles that are classified as emergency vehicles? All right. If Choolwe Mpande, drives my personal vehicle and I just put hazards and start using the opposite lane, that does not make my vehicle an emergency vehicle. No, it's not part of an emergency vehicle. The law in the Road Traffic Act number 11 gives guidelines to which vehicles are classified as emergency vehicles. Now, these vehicles are considered emergency by law, and they are exempted from certain pieces of legislature, like Section 169, okay, which talks about using of a handheld mobile phone while it's driving. They're exempted from sections like Section 148, which talks about excessive speed or driving above the speed limit. So let's look at these vehicles that are considered to be emergency vehicles. Number one, a police vehicle. All right, a police vehicle or a police motorbike. These are emergency vehicles. A RTSA patrol vehicle as well. It's considered as an emergency vehicle. A fire engine. All right, the fire engine vehicle is also considered as an emergency motor vehicle. Another example is an ambulance. All right, when an ambulance is coming, it is also considered as an emergency motor vehicles. Now, it's important to note that these emergency motor vehicles are fitted with some extras, not those extra lights you put that dazzle other road users. You want to put a whole stadium, not those floodlights of a stadium on a motor vehicle. That is very wrong. Those are not the lights I'm talking about. But these emergency vehicles are fitted with special either blue and red lights, which are called beacons. All right, so these beacons are put, or flashlights are put on top of these motor vehicles, even by the sides. The reason why those flashing lights are there is to warn you of their presence on the road. All right, they are also fitted with a siren, which is quite noisy, so that even if you've closed the windows, you're going to hear that siren. So emergency vehicles, we've described how they look and which departments they come from and what features they have. Those features are flashlights and a siren. Every time they're on the road and they have an emergency, they always switch these things on. Now, how do you react to these emergency motor vehicles? Our reaction to emergency motor vehicles in Zambia is too poor. When driving a motor vehicle, we should be able to see, not just in front, but also at the back, every time you're driving, guys, make it a habit of also looking in your side view mirrors and the mirror that is on top. Don't just look in front. After some time, look in the mirrors. Have a feel of what is at the back. See what is happening where you're coming from as well. It's very, very important. Now, Rule 2666 of the Highway Code says that you should look and listen for ambulances, fire engines, or any other emergency vehicle using flashing blue, red, or green light, headlamps, or siren. Okay? We should look out. So when you're driving, don't just be too comfortable and look where you're going. Rule 266 says we should look out for emergency vehicles. So it's important as we look out for pedestrians, as we look out for cyclists, as we look out for other motor vehicles, we should also look out for emergency vehicles when we are driving. Now, what should you do when an emergency vehicle is approaching you? The first thing you do is stay calm. Some people panic. I don't know why they panic. Upon just seeing the flashlight or hearing the siren, you panic. Is it because Mlibem Sonko or insurance or fitness or what? But hey, whether you don't have the road tax, the fitness or the insurance, when you see an emergency motor vehicle, do not panic. The first thing you need to do is stay calm, all right? Do not panic, stay calm. Because if you panic, you may end up causing a road traffic crash. Instead of giving way to an emergency vehicle, you may end up causing a road traffic crash. So the first thing is stay calm. Do not panic, okay? Avoid panicking, because panicking, you may cause a crash or you may damage your vehicle. You may cause damage to your motor vehicle. So stay calm. Second thing is slow down. Guys, reduce speed. I've seen how some drivers, when they see there's an emergency vehicle coming at the back, then they increase speed. They want to start racing with an emergency vehicle. No. That's not what you should do. You must slow down, okay? Reduce your speed and see where the vehicle is coming from. The moment you just hear the siren, reduce the speed. Is it coming from the front or is it coming from the back? So it's important you reduce the speed and you also reduce speed. If it's coming from the back and it's a dual carriageway, meaning there's two lanes there, and you are in the inner lane, which is the right side, please make sure that you move to the outer lane. On a dual carriageway, you are in the inner lane and the emergency vehicle is coming from your back, is approaching from the back. You reduce speed and change your lane to the outer lane. Now, it's very important, guys, that when you are changing the lane, you don't just literally switch lanes because you're giving chance to an emergency motor vehicle. No, the safety still comes in. Look in the mirrors. Is it clear for you to move to the outer lane? Because if you cut off somebody who is in the outer lane, you're going to cause a road traffic accident. Now, instead of you giving chance, you're going to cause a road traffic crash. So even as you give chance, make sure it is clear on the outer lane. If it's not clear, hang back. All right? Don't force yourself to move off the road. You're going to cause an accident. Hang back, let them give chance, then you move to the outer lane so that you allow the inner lane for an emergency motor vehicle to do what? To pass. Now, leave enough space for the motor vehicle, for the emergency vehicle. Do not stop in the middle of the road and put hazard blinkers on. I have seen this. I saw this a number of times and I still see where an emergency vehicle is coming and then somebody just slows down and stops and puts hazard. Now, if you stop in the middle of the road and put hazards, where is the emergency vehicle going to pass? Because you have blocked the road. So please do not stop and put hazards. Move off the road. If it's not a dual carriageway, you move completely off the road. But again, guys, be mindful how you move completely off the road. If there's a drainage system which is too near to the road, please don't go and park your vehicle in the drainage system because you want to give chance to an emergency vehicle. Move and find where it is safe for you to now completely move off the road. Don't just panic and career off the road because you want to give chance to emergency vehicles. Do not damage your vehicle in the process of giving chance to an emergency motor vehicle. Find where it's safe and then completely move off the road and allow that motor vehicle to pass. Now, after the motor vehicle has passed, do not start following it again. Don't start racing against it. It's an offense under Statutory Instrument 76 of 2022 to follow an emergency motor vehicle within 50 meters. It's very important to know. So don't think it's a chance for you to move fast now because you've given chance to the emergency vehicle and you want to follow it behind. It goes in the opposite lane. You're also following it behind. You are going to be charged. All right. So it's important you do not start following that emergency motor vehicle. Keep a distance of 50 meters because Statutory Instrument 76 of 2022 14.1 says do not follow emergency motor vehicles. So please, I hope that we've learned something, what emergency vehicles are, how they look, and what we should do when we are faced with an emergency vehicle, either coming from the back or coming from the front. Do not panic, stay calm, give chance to emergency motor vehicle, but always remember your safety and the safety of the motor vehicle that is an emergency vehicle is very, very important. Thank you guys for joining the conversation. For this and many more videos, please do subscribe. Traffic Desk Zambia on YouTube, and you're going to see a lot of these videos on our YouTube channels. They are good for your safety. Invite someone, let them watch as well, and then together we can reduce the number of road traffic crashes on our roads. Thank you.